Unfortunately, a lot of students don't end up clearing the CA exams after they enter that field with a lot of dreams, a lot of ambition. And there is a balance at what point to persevere and at what point to take a practical call on whether you should move away from it or not. In this video, I'm going to talk about those students who have had a difficult time either at the foundation level, inter level, or final level, and you've given it a couple of attempts that are enough to have given it a fair shot, but you've not been able to actually move ahead and you're getting stuck in your academic career. Before I get into it, if this is the first time you're visiting this channel, then please do click subscribe. We create a lot of videos like this that can help people build their career in the field of finance and accounts. And if you do find value in this video, then please give it a thumbs up and share it with somebody who's having a tough time with CA. So right off the bat, I tell everybody that CA is a brilliant qualification. And if there is a reason you're doing that besides that fact that you just started it, which means you have your father's business to take over and he has a CA firm, or you have a role in which you need to be a chartered accountant, then please continue pursuing it. But if you had entered into it after your grade 12, you're not sure. That time, it was more because you liked accounts or you liked numbers or somebody guided you into it. You stumbled upon it, and it could be 1 year, 3 years, 6 years since you're in it, and you feel you invested enough time, but you can't get out of it. So the way I recommend to students is, after you give any of the attempts, you've given it thrice, means you've not cleared twice and given it, and the third time again you don't clear. I tell everybody, foundation, inter, or final, any of the three levels, take a step back and pause and rethink if this is the right path for you, because 3 attempts means you've given it over a year and a half. There are very few times when it makes sense to stick to it, and this is where a qualification like ACCA can actually make a difference to you. So let's first quickly finish talking about CA Foundation. If you've not heard CA Foundation, it's obviously an early indicator that do not get into the CA field, because inter CA and final CA is going to be much, much more difficult. You can shift to ACCA. Hopefully, you're quite young yet. If you're still in college, so you can probably take up ACCA. ACCA from that time onwards takes around 2.5 years if you study as intensely as you did for your foundation level. And the value for ACCA is going to be more or less like that of CA, whether you stay in India, and even more so if you go overseas. Now comes the main point. If you are at an inter CA level and you've not been able to clear either a group or both, remember that it might just make the most sense to shift after a couple of attempts. If you are in inter CA, I'm assuming you've completed your BCom or your graduation. You anywhere between around 4 to 6 exemptions out of 13 in ACCA you will be eligible for. So if you're an IPCC student or an inter CA student, let's say you get 5 exemptions out of 6. How to get the exemptions? Either you can check it on the ACCA exam calculator, you can search for it on Google, or you can reach out. Our team can help you with whether you're eligible for how many exemptions. Once you figure out how many exemptions, remember, a lot of the curriculum will already overlap, but the approach of the CA exam and ACCA exam is completely different. So as long as you're on the momentum of studying, you can give the ACCA exams. You're already starting halfway down, so you have that confidence that you're not restarting from zero. If you've already started your articleship, then all your articleship experience counts in ACCA. So it's such a nice overlap, except for the fact that the ACCA passing rate is higher. So you can study the same amount and have the exams cleared with relative higher ease, because of the fact that there's no group system in ACCA. We've seen people who move from IPCC to ACCA. They take approximately 1.5 years to complete ACCA, which is still lesser than the time if you attempted a couple of more attempts of IPCC and then gave your final CA. The cost is also more or less going to be similar to CA. You can finish ACCA in around 2.5 to 3 lakhs if you've cleared IPCC. So it's a great advantage for many of you all who would like to make the shift. Finally comes if you're having trouble at the final CA level. It's such a precarious position to be in, because you must have invested 4, 5, 6, 7 years of your life. It's a heartbreak. You've seen people around you moving ahead and you don't feel like giving up. I completely understand. But here's the thing, right, guys? I would say that if it's been enough time, and you have to be honest with yourself if it has been, take a step back, go all out, shift to ACCA for a minute, because out of 13 exams in ACCA, you might be eligible for 9 or up to 9. So you only have to land up giving the last level of ACCA, which is 4 exams, or maybe a couple of them more. Now, your articleship experience is counted towards ACCA. The curriculum is, like I said in IPCC, completely overlapping for your final CA, and you are in such a zone of studying that hopefully you'll be able to complete the last bit of ACCA quite easily. For somebody at the final CA level having a difficult time, you can complete ACCA between 6 to 9 months on average. That's it. Aim at half a year. Uh, the cost is also going to be approximately around 2-ish lakhs, maybe a little here or there, which is all spread over time. And the ROI on it is going to be significant because the first job you get is going to be covering your entire investment. And here's the catch, guys. Whether it's IPCC or final CA, once you start and complete ACCA, you can launch your career, move ahead in life, and then if you still are keen, complete and continue and complete giving your IPCC or most importantly your final CA. So you eventually in your life can look back and say, I got both the qualifications, but I didn't wait for only one to take off my career. You took a practical route, started moving ahead in life, and then completed whatever your dream, your goal, your ambition was. Let us know if there's anything more we can create for you guys. And as always, reach out to us. We'll help you with the administration and the registration process, as well as the most important thing, which is the exemptions. All the fees I mentioned, if you did it from outside or you registered with ACCA directly, the cost would have at least close to doubled, if not more. So with that, I think that this is a very easy to understand way that you shouldn't take it personally if it's a tough time. It's not always in our hands. Luck has a huge factor in this when it comes to CA. But what I can tell you guys is don't wait too long because you might just regret it more than you realize today. Let us know if there's more we can do for you guys.